Hola a todos, I'm Matthias Mahler. I am a VFX artist, and today we are going to talk about how I made the ring of inward rotating billboards. If you want to have more information about it and how I went each step by step to solve it, you can see my blog in ArtStation and you can check it there. I explain it with great detail, and now I will try to explain it a little bit faster and simpler, so that the video stays short, and I will show you how to implement it in Niagara. And to get a reference and a base from where to start, this is the behavior that I wanted. That is rotating billboards, a ring of rotating billboards that the left and the right side rotates in opposite directions. In order to achieve that, I needed to mask both sides. But before I started masking the right from the left, I wanted to mask the velocity, just a simpler mask that I could get, or the simpler behavior that I could get, because at the start I didn't know how to mask the left hand side and the right side. So I started with using dot product, that is using Fresnel. Sorry, I always say Fresnel because in Spanish it reads as Fresnel, but I know that it's said Fresnel. So you may hear me say Fresnel a lot, but yeah. And the dot product, what it gives you is, I like to say three states. There is a -1, 0, and 1, and I like to say the states because you can dissect those as masks, as three masks. You can get the state 0, that is the one that I'm looking at you. You can get the state -1, that is the one that are looking opposite directions, and you can get the 1 that is looking at the same direction. In the Fresnel effects, you only care about what is parallel to you and what is perpendicular to you to get the Fresnel effects. But the dot product give you three masks. That's important because in the end of this tutorial you will see that I use that to get the left and right. So you can see here how it works outside the camera, the Fresnel effect, and I applied that to basically a ring of meshes, of particle meshes, and instead of using the normals, here we are using the velocity. Sorry. And here in order to get the idea, I spawned mesh particles aligned to the velocity, so you can see each axis. So we have the front axis, that is the velocity. We have the up axis, that is the blue one, the blue axis, and we got the right, I say right axis, that is the green arrow. And as you can see, we have in the left and the right side, the arrow is looking at us, and the left side, the arrow is looking at the same direction as us. And in the front and back part of the ring, they are looking perpendicular at us. And this is very important because in here we can apply the dot product from the camera vector to with that axis, and we can get the -1 and the 1 that we need in order to mask the left and right. And to get that axis, what we can use is the cross product. If you use the cross product and we feed the velocity direction and the up direction, it will give us the perpendicular. Sorry, I got my computer went crazy. So we can, if we going back in my words, if you use cross product and we feed the cross product with the forward vector and the up vector, we get the perpendicular vector, that is the green one that we needed. In this case, it's blue, but that is the green one that we have here. And if we apply that the dot product there, we can get the mask that we need. So let's go to Niagara and show you how to do that. So here we can see we can get the velocity, the position of the particles, and the new camera query. The camera query, what allows us to do is to get the camera properties, that is the camera position, the forward vector, the up vector, and the right vector. So in this case, instead of getting the forward vector, I created a directional vector from the position of the particle to the camera. That is what I'm doing here, and then I normalize that vector to get a directional vector. The reason why I used that instead of the forward vector is because that won't change if you look away from the particle. So here's the particle. No, let's see. Yeah. Oh my god. Sorry. There you go. Here we have the VFX of the rotating billboards. If you look away, because we are subtracting the position from the camera, from the position of the particle, the vector will always be the same because it doesn't depend of where are you looking you're looking at. If you get the camera forward vector, in this case, because I'm looking that way, the mask of the right and left side will have changed because your camera vector changed and so did the forward vector. That's why I use the subtraction method so that the mask stay always the same. No, doesn't matter the rotation of the camera. Let's go back to this. Once I get the directional directional vector from the camera to the particle or inversed, I normalize the velocity so that I get the directional vector. I use the cross product with the up vector so that I get the green or the right axis of the particle. I apply a dot product and then I remap it from 0 to 1 because the dot product will give us a result from -1 to 1. I want to have a 0 to 1 result. So I apply and I remap it and I feed it as a rotating mass parameter. And then if we go to rotation sprite, we can see here how I created the behavior. This is the important part. I multiply it and float for a float curve. Here we feed the velocity of rotation, and as you can see here, I use a float curve using the rotating mass parameter, and I remap it again from -1 to 1 so that they rotate in opposite directions. And then I multiply that for a curve using the normalized age so that it increase over time or decrease over time. And I also use the float curve to make so that the particles that are coming at the camera or away of the camera, that are the ones in the middle, are smaller than the one from the one in the sides of the ring. That's why the reason I did that is to enhance the behavior, or like to make it more shiny the sides, so that you can see that they are rotating at the side and not in the front or the back. So that's all. If you have any questions about it, or you want me to go deep in some specifics, let me know. Show me what you do with it, and I hope it helps somebody. So have a good evening, or good night, or good afternoon, or whatever time it's in when you are looking at this. So bye.